You guys, I'm so excited because, I mean, today is Thursday, December 11th, but you won't be hearing this until after our fun weekend happens. But in a few days, Maddie will be sleeping in this very room that I am recording in right now. She'll be
Oh
sleeping right over there.
my gosh. I
But
can,
before she falls asleep, we're going to have fun.
yes. I don't have anything to say to that.
Yes, we already have the night planned. I don't know why you're not acting like you don't know. We're going to have so much fun.
Well, I think you can't anticipate too much fun because those nights end up not being fun. I think we
Right.
just go in, roll with the night, see what happens. No plans.
Absolutely. We
Minus
have
the
the
two things we already
perfect
did.
starting point, though.
Yeah, a 3 p.m. start is perfect for a 35-year-old birthday.
Yep. 3 p.m. wine tasting only can go up from there.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, I'm excited.
Me
And
too.
I'm looking ahead of the forecast right now. It is snowing 3 inches, coming down like cats and dogs, if you can say that was snow,
Is
here
it
in Des
snowing
Moines.
here? No.
I think it's missing you guys.
Cool.
But it's snowing right now, like pretty crazily, actually. And then the weather has just been freezing. So it's been an interesting winter so far.
Crazy. Welcome back, everyone, to Wait You're Mad, the podcast where we turned our weekly phone call into a show to maintain our long distance friendship and to talk about the things everyone feels but doesn't always say out loud. But actually, that's a lie because Maddie says everything she's thinking out loud.
Yeah, I'm working on that, kind of. It feels inauthentic.
Kind of.
It feels inauthentic not to keep it in.
I agree.
Today, we're talking about something that can truly make or break your mental state if you live in the Midwest. Winter.
But we're not talking about winter dramatically. We're talking about it realistically because winter here isn't just cold. It changes your routines, your motivation, your mood, and your energy too.
So, this episode is our Midwest winter survival guide. Not doom and gloom, but real practical ways to make the season feel lighter, more manageable, and more intentional. But first, what are you mad about this week, Lexie?
So I'm mad that I was a little late to the game this year and I went to put up my pre-lit Christmas tree and it was so not lit. It had a whole bottom section that would not go. All the bulbs were black. So there was like no way I was going to take out every bulb and replace them.
I didn't know if you were using lit as like a adjective to describe how you felt. Like, this is not lit. This isn't cool.
It worked in both ways.
Yes.
It was very fitting. So I need to ask, do you think someone is a lazy piece of shit if instead of taking the string of lights off that don't work on a pre-lit tree and replacing those, if they just buy a brand new pre-lit tree?
No comment.
Because you already know what I did. I struggled with it. It was a big debate in my brain. I felt so guilty about it, but I ultimately decided I'm putting up this tree so late in the game this year. I'm not gonna F with this. I bought a pre-lit tree so that next year it's just easy peasy for me and I don't have to deal with this again. And I justified it because the tree was on sale for $100, and last year I got a real Christmas tree which was over $100. So I was like, I'm gonna use this for another year. I'm justifying it in my brain. It's girl math. It works.
Last year, your mad was that your tree was staying alive too long. So this is a whole nother issue.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, I just painted my whole living space down there and I didn't want to deal with dragging a real tree in, scuffing everything up, getting the pine needles everywhere. Really liked the experience, but decided I did it once and that's good. I'm good for a while.
Yeah, it was cute, but on to the next. So Kurt and I were actually just talking about this. Another hot take or another polarizing thing that people tend to do with their Christmas trees is some people wrap their Christmas tree entirely with saran wrap and then put it into storage for the whole year. And we were sitting there putting up every single ornament. And ours is kind of like a tradition where we look at the ornaments, but we're like, okay, that took a very long time.
Yep.
Do we do that? And we both were like, absolutely not. We can't
My
do
mom
that.
did that one year and she threw a tarp around it. But I agree, Maddie. I think part of the season transition between Thanksgiving and Christmas is actively putting up the tree and the ornaments and the rest of the Christmas decor. So it kind of takes away from that if you're making it too easy on yourself.
Yes, it's like active Christmas nesting. It needs to happen. But
Yeah.
again, if you're in your 50s or 60s, or I don't know, maybe your mom's in her 70s. Sorry if you aren't, Sandy. If you're older, maybe that is the best way to go. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're on Christmas 70 at this point. Who gives a shit?
Well, yeah, and my dad's not helping my mom with that anymore too. So honestly, if it makes her life easier, go ahead. But personally, yeah, I have someone helping me and it's somewhat enjoyable.
Yes,
If
it's
that ever
fun.
goes away, I might change.
Exactly. But yes, we had a pre-lit tree one time, and every year there was a couple bulbs out or the whole thing didn't work. So we are done with that. And now we are on to string lights.
I just hate stringing a goddamn tree.
I
It just
know.
ain't for me. I'm
Yeah.
too anal. Like I even with the real tree last year, I did it so tightly and it looked beautiful, but I was like, I don't want to unwind this and do this ever again.
Oh, really? I don't think it's that big of a deal. I do have lights, tinsel, I have beads, I have ribbon. So I'm going literally around this tree 20 million times with 5 different things. It was a lot. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I don't
I
know
just
why I
have
did this myself.
the lights and the tinsel and then a bunch of ornaments.
But I think I told you we kind of cheaped out on our tree. It was like a $250 tree. So it's so sparse that like I need all these things to fill in the space. So go with the more expensive plain tree, and then you don't have to overcompensate with all of the trimmings.
I thought your tree is beautiful though. It sounds beautiful.
She's cute. I like her.
Yeah.
We'll keep her.
I will say this new tree has like a button on the ground that you just like stomp on and it changes from colored lights to clear lights and then it has a bunch of different patterns and sometimes can switch back and forth between the color and the clear. So that's kind of fun too
Oh,
because
that's cool.
I always go with the clear lights if I have to pick between the two, but every once in a while you just want a little bit of color. It just has a different vibe.
Yeah, I regret not putting colored lights on my house. But
Yeah.
would I regret next year not having clear? Come
Yeah.
on.
It's nice to be
Yeah.
able to switch back and forth. So we will keep track of how long this pre-lit tree lasts me. I think the last one lasted me like 3 years. So
Pretty
we'll
good.
see. Yeah. What are you mad about this week?
I'm mad about the early winter. I kind of mentioned this earlier. I don't mind winter, but this weather in December is crazy. This is deep January weather, and I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's ready for it because we haven't had weather like this in years and years and years. It's just too early. So I feel like I'm not emotionally prepared. My body's not prepared. My closet's not prepared. And we're set to get below freezing temps even like this weekend. So it's just, yeah, not fun.
You're not alone in this. I've had many conversations of people that the seasonal depression has already hit. And this is very, very early for us to be depressed already. We have a long way to go until spring. So I keep saying I have a big event coming up for work and I need to have dates to go somewhere sunny immediately following. I need to get out of this for a little bit. It's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Yes, it's like, can't it just please stay snow-free and below freezing temps until after Christmas when all of our friends and family have already gathered, they've all driven home, they've all flown home, they got home safe. Usually it's still like 40 degrees at this time, I feel like. I don't
Yeah.
know. I might be wrong, but my memory does not serve me well all the time. But December should be for very light Christmas snow aesthetic and not like travel hazard snow and below freezing temps.
I do think we have been spoiled the last couple of years. Our winters have been very mild. I feel like we've always had either it's really cold or we got a decent amount of snow, and this year it's both. And
Mm-hmm.
that's so much to handle out
Yeah.
of nowhere, like so quickly.
Yes, and she's actively coming down right now. The shitty thing too is that in my life, my husband does snow removal when it snows, so
Hmm.
I don't even get that cozy stay-in feeling. I think we talked a little bit about this
Yeah.
last week, so it's not as fun for me. It is for me, I mean, but I would rather
Yeah.
have him be snowed in too. So
Right. He has to venture out in that shit no matter what. Also,
yeah, there's
you
like a
called
hustle and bustle
you
happening.
called the snow a she, but since the snow kind of sucks, can we refer to it as a he?
Please, I love this rebrand, the new
Yes.
pronoun.
He's coming down and I wish he'd go away.
Yeah, he identifies.
Amazing. Well,
Well, speaking of the weather, this kind of
yeah.
flowed real nicely.
Hmm.
Real nicely. Ew.
This flows real nicely, guys.
Oh yeah, this flows real nice. Sliding right into the segment one, understanding our Midwest winter mindset.
Yeah. Let's explore what actually happens to us when the seasons change. Starting with,
I don't think your mouth moved. I think you just ventriloquisted that.
oh my gosh, I have never been as good at that as you.
Okay,
All
so we
right.
live in the Midwest. And if you're listening, I'm assuming you might. I don't know. What brought you here?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you listening to us if you don't live here? Also, thank you though.
Okay, so
We
if you have not
appreciate it.
experienced the Midwest winter, this is for you to relish in all of your warmth that doesn't need to be manifested from within you. And if you do live in the Midwest, this is a little guide to maybe give you some ideas of how to manifest warmth inside of yourself. I don't even know what I'm saying.
We're all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. We can do it. Sharing is caring. So that's what we're doing today.
Yes, and what we need mostly during this time is community. Lexi, you just touched a little bit on the fact that everything changes a little bit once the temps start to go down. The sun isn't as bright, the days are getting shorter. What shifts do you personally notice in your own moods or energy once winter hits?
So I actually feel like I'm like a bear preparing for hibernation when the
Mm-hmm.
season's changing. My body wants so badly just to like snuggle up and sleep for days and months. I get more tired. I have like slower mornings. It's really hard to wake up. I crave soups and like carbs. Like it's an instinct for me.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain's just like a little foggier. My motivation dips. I could go on and on and on. I go through slumps in the day, but then I can't sleep at night. It's it's really sad.
Are you okay? Is this happening now?
I'm not. I should just start off by saying like this winter, I mean it when I say like the seasonal depression is hitting so hard and so fast. And I think working remote also has something to play in this because I have to actively force myself to leave the house to keep myself sane.
And a lot of people are like you. So I think that having your perspective of that is really important. And it will be
Hmm.
interesting to see how your influence differs to mine, being that I'm
Yeah.
somebody who has to go out in the snow and be in person with people all day.
Yes. It's going to be so different. And I should say that I love working from home. Like, I sincerely love it. And I'm just finding that I have to be really intentional with getting out and about and adding some socialization into my day in order to keep myself from fully going to a dark, dark place.
Yes, you need to be more intentional and motivated, but like at the same time, it's the time of year when it's hard to be motivated.
Right. But what about you? How do your shifts differ from that, or can you agree? Are we on the same page? What do you think?
So I'm kind of the opposite. First off, I like winter. Lexi, you enjoy Arizona, you love heat,
Yeah.
you love a beach vacation. Not that you don't like other things too, but you like
Yeah.
the warm temps. I love winter. I don't love it the whole time though. So when it first starts, I actually really like it. Like
Hmm.
right now, it's kind of nice. I feel like in the winter, I really start to like settle down and it gives me an excuse to let my life slow down. I can hear my own thoughts. I'm cozier. I'm calmer. I feel like I can be more intentional about my choices and my days. And I get to be more introverted, but in like a really nice way. But
Mm-hmm.
again, this goes back to that I work with people every single day. I literally am in sales. I am done with people at the end of the day. So I love to be more introverted after work. Not in an isolated way, but just kind of, I'm able to go more inward. And winter is this reset button for my nervous system every year that kind of like prepares me for the next piece of the year, if that makes sense. But by the end of winter, I'm done.
I did I did resonate with parts of what you were just saying, although yeah, we're in very different places when it comes to winter, but I do agree it's like the world is forcing us to slow down. And I often feel like part of my depression is because I'm resisting it. I feel guilty for not continuing to move at the same pace that I do with the other seasons. However, I need to embrace it and know that I think that's why winter is here or why it exists. I mean, nature is literally slowing down, animals are hibernating. We should do the same and we should take advantage of it instead of trying to resist it or feel guilty about it all the time.
Yeah, so you tend to fight it rather than adapt to it,
And it's
where
exhausting. I think that's where the depression comes from because I'm constantly just like, my body is telling me to sit here and relax, but I don't feel like I did enough today because you go from summer where you have event after an event or you want to be outside and be active and all of a sudden it's all gone and no one's planning things
Mhm.
and you can't go out and go for walks most of the time. So
Yes, and your
you have
house
no
can
choice.
be
It's out of your hands, but instead of being mad it's out of our hands, we need to embrace it. And I think that will help lift that seasonal depression that we're all feeling very early this year.
yes, and make your the walls of your house not necessarily like a prison, more like a playground or something like that. I don't know why I came
Yeah,
up with that, but I
right.
I think like this is a great time to reconnect with like what I do is I reconnect with my inner homesteader hidden within me. And like you said, it's a great time to cook, play around the house, read, organize everything, and
Hmm.
watch TV shows guilt free. I don't even watch
Oh,
like
yeah.
television shows really, like what do you call them? Fictional television shows, unless it's winter. That's the only time
Yes.
I can truly feel comfortable sitting inside, being a piece under my heated
Tis
blanket.
the season to binge watch TV and movies, honestly. That's how I feel.
And read. Oh my gosh, I read so many books in January, February, and then the rest of the year, I probably read two or three.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, you need to stop expecting to operate at maximum June or July or August energy.
It is for sure more than just a seasonal change. It's a psychological change too. So we just have to be more sensitive to that.
I feel the winter set in emotionally once life starts to get quieter. So for me, I don't feel like it's that nice, calm part of winter yet. I just feel like it's December, busy time of year with shitty weather. So I think that's why I'm pissed off about this right now.
Yes. Okay. I went off about this recently. This could have been another mad. I'm mad that Thanksgiving was so late in November that now I feel like I don't know how we got to mid-December so quickly. I feel rushed for Christmas. I feel behind in Christmas shopping. And I really think just having Thanksgiving 1 week later just threw off my game completely on top of the snow coming earlier.
True, and you work remote, so you don't have that holiday talk. You don't have the holiday decorations at work. You don't have the
Yeah,
holiday party you said this year. So all
right.
those things are indicators along the line for the rest of us that you are like, is it really Christmas? Like, what the hell is going on right
I'm not
now?
ready. Yeah, I'm not ready. I just feel behind and
Let's change it this weekend. Let's celebrate Christmas. It's Jesus
yes.
and Maddie's birthday.
They have so much in common too, so this makes total sense. What did you say in another episode? I think Jesus was like a rad dude or whatever.
Like he's Ferris Bueller or
He did
something.
some stuff for some really cool shit.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
anyways.
Okay, getting back on track. So yes, first the 4:30 sunsets, like my soul leaves my body at 4:30. I think what pisses me off is like something about working when it's dark out. And right now that's inevitable. I do not like it feels like I'm working late, even though I'm still working my normal hours.
Okay, you texted me that. And my hypothesis is that you don't work in an office with fluorescent lights anymore. So to you, it feels dark really early. The rest of us, we're happy as hell to get the fuck out of the office at that time. And then our night begins. So, Lexi, I think we're finding a common thing here. I think you need to find an office to work in.
So we'll talk so much about lighting later.
The topic of light comes up a lot.
Yeah, do we want to dig into lighting already? Because what is great about my home office is the windows. So during the day, I'm getting so much sunlight, which is great for my mental health. But then, yeah, I'm also noticing when the sun is going down a lot more as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you don't have to.
You're like, yeah, bitch, you're screwed.
And this is why I am anti-work from home. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. That first time you walk outside and like involuntarily are like, oof, this fucking air is cold. Like that's another point where it emotionally sets in.
Dude, I got into 2 unwarmed up cars today and it was hell. And the second one was the work car, which does not have a heated steering wheel. And I'm so blessed.
Oh, God
and so
forbid.
spoiled. I'm so spoiled now that I have that on my car. So when I get into the work car, I'm like, oh, hell no. This is terrible. So, yes, you don't have to do that to get to work either, which is amazing.
Yeah, but you're just lucky because when it starts getting really cold, then the cars decide to not even start. And then your heated steering wheel ain't doing shit for you either.
Okay, my car starts all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes that cold weather really kills the bat.
I don't know about that. You were really Miss Doom and Gloom over here, but I
Just let me vent. What is this podcast for if I can't?
So the positive thing I was going to tell you is that
I don't want to hear
December.
it.
I know you don't want to hear anything positive right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. December 21st is coming very quickly here, and that is the shortest day of the year. And so what we have to look forward to is the day starting to get lighter after that. So Lex,
Thank
you're
you
in luck.
for that.
We'll make it. I promise.
Thank you for that little tidbit that actually did make me happy. Or not
So yeah, I feel
completely
like winter
happy.
really sets in when. Sorry, I talked over you. I didn't mean to. So
I was
I feel
saying nothing.
this is going well. I I feel like
I
winter
can
really.
tell you're like irritated when you do the laugh where your shoulder comes up. You're
I'm
like
like-
kind of like, oh, I have to laugh.
I feel
because
awkward.
What do I do if I can't?
Yeah, this is showbiz, baby.
Holy shit. This is showbiz, babe. That's showbiz. We're going to start. That's a line we're going to continue to use. Please carry on.
I feel like winter really starts to set in usually when it's January and all of the events start to slow down. There's not a lot going on. So it's more of like a shift in energy of things happening versus not, where, yeah, like you said, this year it's a little bit different. But that's like when I'm ready to be like, okay, wintering, activating is January.
We already touched on this, but I don't think people take into account how much the darkness and cold actually affects them.
It's not just weather, it is physiological. It's biology, and our bodies and our nervous systems respond to darkness and coldness. And I think it does make you less productive, quote unquote, in our, kind of grind society, which we've talked about in past episodes. But I do think it leads you into a different kind of productivity, but it's just more going inward and internal. So I think when we are saying depression and we're saying these things, and this is just a hypothesis, this is not scientific, so do not like take this for by any means. But
Dr. Maddie.
What?
Dr. Maddie is here. So listen up.
No, but I do think that when we say depression and we say all these things, I think it's because we avoid all of these internal feelings and all this stuff. And we really have to sit with ourselves during this time. And not everybody likes to do that, but I do think we all should.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you can lean into that and make time to go inward and really focus on yourself during that time, you can be productive in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't only affect you like mentally though. I feel like it affects the serotonin and energy levels, but it also affects like your digestive system and the way your body like functions physically. And yeah. I mean, we already mentioned today, you said that we were supposed to record on Tuesday and you're like, I just felt so nauseous. And I said, yes, I have been feeling nauseous. And I think it's because I'm so dehydrated and dried out from winter. I can't keep up with it. I cannot hydrate myself enough. And my body feels ill because of it.
I never thought of it that way. That's really interesting. I didn't think that I was sick because it was winter. But that makes sense why I felt like ass.
Yeah. So not only do you have to sit in your thoughts, but you also have to drink more water, Maddie.
And and here's the thing. We're not drinking as much water because we're not warm. We're not hot. So
yeah.
It's not that like you don't gravitate towards that water bottle like you normally do when it's 100 degrees outside and all you want to do is chug bottles of water.
Yeah, it just comes easily. So it's a mental change, it's a lifestyle change, and I think you're right. We need to give ourselves permission to stay in, go to bed earlier, bake more sourdough bread if you're Maddie, but not me because I'm still not nailing it. And letting yourself be like quieter and less productive and not feeling as guilty about it. And I think guilt is the biggest thing that comes into play with me when it comes to this seasonal depression is I don't even want to work out as much because of the physical toll it takes on my body. So
yeah. I think I'm the opposite where I don't feel guilty about staying home or being a little reclusive during this time, and I really enjoy it. And it takes that like guilt weight off of me about it. Almost too much where like I do have to stay super intentional about staying ahead of seasonal depression because it is very real. And I do have to make sure that I am working out, taking vitamin D, using my sun lamp, getting to hot yoga.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so easy to blow those things off during this time. So it's almost like I need to feel guiltier about it, if that makes sense.
And again, being on the opposite end of the spectrum, working from home, I realized last week, I was kind of like, what's going on with me? I'm like fucking pissed and I don't know why. And I realized it's that seasonal depression just kicking in so early and extra hard this year. So I have to be intentional about making plans ahead of time because otherwise I don't know if I'll leave the house. So even if that's working from a coffee shop from a day, like every once in a while, or making dinner plans a week from now, even though that's terrifying for me because what if I don't feel like it? Well, guess what? Lexie, you've been home every day, so you need to go out whether you feel like it or not, and you probably won't regret it.
You never will. I've been doing that lately, even with like after work activities. We have meetings. We've had like a Christmas party last night for a chamber advisory board that I'm on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't feel like going. And it's not the event. It's nothing. I just really didn't want to go. I ended up going and having a great time. Even got a free chiro adjust. And I was like, wow. And it actually
Amazing.
fixed all of my body problems that was happening. And I was like, see, you went out and you did it. And that was needed to happen
It
so
actually
badly.
fixed you. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't really want to like I set a mini goal to work from Wayfair Coffee Shop, which is the same place that EJ's is in last week.
Oh,
And when I
okay.
woke up the morning of,
That could go well or bad.
EJ's doesn't open till like 4 or 5. So,
Okay, that's good.
however, I woke up that morning and I was like, I'm cold. It would be so easy just to stay here and not
Mhm.
leave and just start working. But I forced myself to do it. And then once I sat down with my breakfast sandwich and my coffee and opened my laptop and just saw life around me, I was like, this is so good for you. Like, good job to force yourself to leave.
You romanticized it. I love
Yes,
it.
I did. I did, but it did not sound romantic when I woke up that morning. I can tell you that much. So I'm going to continue to set mini goals, even if it's just touching base with a friend that always lightens your mood. Just even planning a phone call
Hmm.
could change everything. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. And I think that's what it is like reframing it,
Mm-hmm.
reframing it from something that's bad to something just, even if it doesn't have to be amazing, just something, reframe it to being like a different season rather than reframing it as like this sludgy, gray, shitty
Mm-hmm.
season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like for me, I view winter as a negative, like a really bad thing. And it's actually
So many
could be
people
viewed
do. It's
as
not
a
strange.
reset instead. If you view it as a reset, that's an entirely different thing.
Yeah, if you remember, one of my goals this year was to lean into living seasonally instead of wishing away whatever season we're in. And I found that last year when I tried this, winter is a completely different experience if you stop treating it like a punishment and
Hmm.
start treating it like it's a season with a purpose, which is to reset. And there's this book out. I've not read it yet, but I really want to read this book called Wintering. And it's about embracing the colder, quieter chapters of life, all chapters of life in general, instead of resenting them. So even if you're having like a personal winter, your loved one's going through an illness or cancer. So it's both like literal and metaphoric. And this time can be a time when we rebuild, restore, and regroup. And it's, again, reframe it as a permission slip to slow down and treat rest as being part of like being human and resetting and not like, this is a massive failure. I suck. I'm not getting out.
This is so lame. You're gonna make fun of me. I got
Look,
really deep here and I wrote this down and I'm gonna say it and I'm
I
gonna
like
regret
it.
it. Winter isn't asking you to be less. It's asking you to be different.
That's like literally what I just said, kind of.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so poetic. I'm so deep, you guys. You don't even know. You don't even fucking know.
I like that. Again, it's just different. You can't say worse. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. Different.
it's a different season.
It's entirely different than what I want to be doing, but
You know how all those church people say, like, this is a different season of life? It's like, have you ever heard somebody say that?
yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
They're in a
that's,
different season of life.
oh, they're going through this season. I'm like, oh, you go to church for sure.
Your 60s, your midlife crisis, and so on and so forth. I feel like I'm almost going through a midlife crisis, but that's a different podcast episode. So,
Yeah, we should do that. Maybe third life, a third of
yeah.
life crisis.
Yeah,
I like
35
it.
is crazy. I'm
It's
right
great.
behind you, babe.
Okay, yeah, maybe you do need me to come this weekend. It sounds like you're not doing well.
That's not okay. I've been talking about you coming for a while with the people I do talk to during the work hours.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I'm on the way. See you
Okay.
tomorrow. Okay. So we're gonna move into my favorite subject, lighting. Okay,
we
so
looked at we looked at this outline that Maddie created this outline and we're just like, oh yeah, you really like light, huh? I think it does help a lot if first thing in the morning you open the blinds, you get the sunlight because it's not going to last. You do have to open those blinds, get in that natural sunlight. It does make a difference. Stand by that window for like 3 minutes and don't bring your phone. Do not bring your phone.
Kirk gets up in the morning, and when he does, he opens the blinds in the room, and then he gets up, goes downstairs, and so then I kind of get that nice natural blind opening, which is wonderful. Even if it's like no rays, no nothing, it's still there. Okay, I'm still getting a tiny bit of vitamin D, which is also another thing I recommend to take. I take vitamin D every single day. I've started it just a couple weeks ago since it's been grayer, and I feel definitely a difference. Have you ever tried a light therapy lamp?
I've seen them. I've heard of them being suggested as good gifts, but I thought about getting one once. However, I hate clutter and I don't want something on my desk that I'm not using. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want the extra clutter.
I have one in my office, and cuz my office is a little more enclosed. I do have a window behind me, but it's not as bright as the rest of the office. So I was feeling that when I moved into this office, and so I have a desk sun lamp that I will put on sometimes. Don't really know if it makes a difference, but you know what? I'm doing well, so I think it works.
If I had an office, I wouldn't mind it there. It's just like, this is also my guest bedroom, so I don't like anything that I kind of shove my desk to the side when I have guests, and I don't want anything extra to have to handle when I'm...
Another strike for the work from home. No, this is an ongoing thing. This is an ongoing thing. If you have not listened to our podcast before, I am anti-work from home, and Lexie loves working from home.
I love it, but I will say this winter shit is hitting extra hard this year, so there's something to say about that. I am finding the negative, but I think there's ways around it, and I'm gonna figure it out.
I like it. The coffee shop is a great start, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So I know what you're going to say about going outside, how important it is in the winter, blah, 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 blah.
Lexie, I don't go outside in the winter. I was going to say this, like, people are like,
oh, I love going
for winter walks. I'm like, no, I stay the fuck inside. Like, I would like to get better at this. I don't foresee it happening. I can wish and wish, but I don't know that I'm willing to do anything about it.
Yeah. I will say that the cold hasn't really messed with me too much. It's more of the sun setting early, that is. However, I'm not forced to go out in it. Like, whenever I'm going out into the cold air, it's for a reason that I want to be. So I think that makes it less miserable. Like, if I was going to an office to go to work, like, I'd probably be more pissy about the weather.
Wow, a strike for the going into the office.
Yeah, so booyah, as Maddie really cringily says.
I said it one time.
Yeah.
You know who used to say that? The naked mole rat on Kim Possible. Can I get a booyah? Booyah. Do you remember the Rufus?
Booyah, Grandma. Yeah, Rufus.
Do you remember that song that was the naked mole rat song?
What is that? That
freaking thing. It's a naked mole rat. Come on, I can't hear the girlies sing. Listen to the naked mole rat. Can I get a booyah?
Yeah.
Booyah. I've thought about that in seriously 20 years. I can probably say 20 years.
I love it. I've been having some flashbacks, and I've been writing them down. I need to bring it to life through the podcast sometime. But right now we're talking about winter and how bad it fucking sucks. So let's continue with that.
Okay. Also, we should have said this in the beginning. We're going on a break for a couple weeks after this.
Yeah.
So this is like the last day of school. So this is like the last day of school before winter break. So this is why this is happening.
Actually, Maddie and I, in between the recordings, we will be on someone else's podcast. We got asked to be guests for a change, and that's super cool. However, we're used to being in control, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh my gosh, we'll really have to have our wits about us.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell Maddie's gonna struggle with this a lot. A lot. Her damn outlines.
Oh, I do like a little bit of structure, but you know what? We'll
Yeah.
roll.
All right. So, Maddie, very quickly, everyone knows the most basic things. So let's not be basic bitches about this, okay? But let's talk temperature regulation. But let's talk about the things that keep us sane during the winter. I know you're going to bring up your wool socks.
That is in my repertoire of things I did want to discuss today.
Well, go on.
So, okay, if you could only live with one winter item, I would say not just the merino wool socks, which I wear on the daily, but my electric heated blanket is my sweet, sweet baby.
We
I
do
love
talk about
her.
that
I'm
a lot.
obsessed. I literally think about my electric blanket from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. when I am on driving on my way home. I'm touching my heated steering wheel. I'm thinking about my heated blanket and what I'm going to have for a snack on it the minute I get home. That's my life in the winter.
A snack
Is
on
that
it.
pathetic?
No, I love it, actually.
Yeah. What about you? If you could like choose one thing that keeps you sane.
It might be my fireplace. I have a I have a wood burning fireplace, and not only does the ambiance make me okay with the winter, especially if there's snow, it's extra cozy, but obviously the heat, it's the light and the heat. And I'm so thankful I have one in my house.
I'm so jealous. We have one, but it's capped. So to get it
Oh, okay.
capped, and then any house built before 1920, actually went to like a fireplace superstore and like talked to
Hmm.
somebody about this. I would have to get the whole to actually have real wood. What do you call it? Wood to have a real wood burning fireplace. I would essentially have to get the whole inside of my chimney relined, which would be $10,000 to $15,000.
Crazy.
Not
Yeah.
worth it.
No.
That's out.
Have you
So
thought about, I mean, it's not as good as wood fire, but
thought
like
about.
have you thought about converting it to gas?
I have. That would be probably 5 to 7 thousand. So if we decided we want to stay here for a while, it is something that I 100% would invest in.
Hmm.
But I just want to see where we're going here.
Yeah. And you guys hang out in your little side room a little bit more than the main living area anyways, but
Yes, but in the winter we actually close off that front room quite a bit. Like right now,
because it gets cold from the windows and stuff.
because of the where the
Yeah.
temperature reading thing is for the radiators. So yes, so we
Oh.
close that off quite a bit when it's really cold, which has been a lot. Which has been the fact we're closing it in December is wild.
Yeah. Crazy. Crazy.
So yes,
Yes.
that a fireplace is my absolute dream. Absolute dream. I'm so jealous.
I have a comment about your socks. So, although I have not tried your specific wool socks, I do love me some fuzzy socks. I wear them like every day. However, I have to recommend getting the ones with grippers on the bottom of them because do you know how many nasty spills I've taken down my stairs from wearing my fuzzy socks?
I believe it, and that's why I don't like the like cute cuddly socks because they're too slick.
They
But
are
I
slick.
like
If they
them
have the
on
grippers, that fixes that issue. But the amount of
hospital
times I have
socks.
fallen down the stairs while holding a full bowl of like dog food too,
Oh
and then
my
the dog
gosh,
food flies everywhere, and it's just like this shit doesn't happen to people, but it happens to me.
it would happen
And
to you.
yeah,
It would.
seriously. I have some klutzy luck when it comes to that shit. But
So yeah, as I get older, I'm loving winter clothes. If you see the sweater I'm wearing today, this is one of my newly picks. And I went through and I must have just picked all huge sweaters. It's so big. I get the most
it
compliments on it
looks
though.
so cozy.
So comfortable. And I realized that warm socks, warm sweaters change everything. And there's a
Hmm.
very classic Midwesternism that was actually taught to me by my friend Taj, who is not Midwestern. he is actually from Lebanon and he moved here. And so he was experiencing crazy winters for the first time when he moved to Iowa. And he taught me the saying that everybody else probably knows. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing, which is so true and classic.
It's so true. I love that statement. And I've like, Maddie, when do you think that moment is when you start realizing I want to wear these wool socks instead of wearing like my trendy socks with my shoes while I go out?
I think this hit me in the past couple of years where I don't care anymore. I've been wearing to the office just my Birkenstock clog things so that I can wear socks with my shoes in the office, where when I was in my 20s, I would still wear my little heels and shit and like literally just like walk in the snow with no
Almost
socks
heroic
on.
ankle, walking on like ice and snow, and then your tootsies are like moist and wet, and
You're cold to the bone all day because you
yeah,
made a fucking stupid decision that morning. But also, remember when we used to go out in like little skirts and like pumps in the
yeah.
winter in the Midwest and like no coats because it was not cool to wear a
Oh
coat,
no,
or
you
if you went to
couldn't
the
be
bars.
keeping track of a coat in our stupid Midwest quote unquote club. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, we were in the heels, our little like pencil skirts.
Yes. Yes. And
Those were
in a
the
tank
days.
top. And we just got around and would walk around like that. Absolutely
Yep.
insane.
Yep.
Never will do that again in my life. Can't believe I did. Wild.
Yeah, but I think you're right. It's like a certain age you get to where you're like, I don't give a fuck. I dress for comfort now. And I have also reached that point in my life.
If you guys have any recommendations on a great winter office shoe, please let me know because I think I was kind of iffy about the Birkenstock clog because it's not like super professional, but I was like, this is going to work for the winter. And I think everyone in the
Mhm.
office followed suit. Like, this is like a good medium to kind of look like your shit's together, but also a little bit cozier.
I read that like boat shoes are coming back in for corporate office. So I'm
I'm out.
waiting to see if that actually happens, but
Like,
I did see that recently.
like boat shoes, like Sperry.
Yeah,
Never into that.
Barry making a comeback.
Did you have them? I feel like
I never had them.
they just looked like they smelled bad.
Yes, I agree
You
with
agree?
that. And I always had, I was always a Vans girl, and it didn't matter. Like I never really had super corporate jobs until I got into my later 20s, so I could wear whatever the fuck I wanted. But I will say, I just had this conversation last night where this year was the first year where I was like, I need to invest in some new tennis shoes, like lifestyle tennis shoes. And I had this whole identity crisis where I was like, am I still a Vans girl? Do I still want to wear Vans? I don't know if this is me anymore. And they have been a staple for many, many years. Maddie can attest. So the shoe game is not on for me. I'm trying to figure out who I am and reinvent myself in the shoe world right now. So also would like recommendations.
I feel like once a Vans girl, always a Vans girl. It's not that you shouldn't wear them, but if you are having that nagging feeling that maybe they're just not for you anymore, follow that. Follow
Yeah.
that.
I just don't think they're for every situation anymore, if that makes sense.
True,
Whereas
they're a
I
little
used to be
extra
able to pull
cash.
them off in any situation, and now it doesn't feel quite as me anymore.
Yes, they grunge up the outfit a little bit, which is not necessarily a bad
A
thing at
bad thing,
all.
yeah.
But if it's not what you're going for and you want
Right.
an all-encompassing shoesage,
Yeah.
there's plainer, maybe not plainer. There's different, more balanced options. Like a
Yes.
New Balance.
I got Reeboks. That's
Mm.
what I ended up getting. They're very comfortable. They're a platform Reebok shoe, and I actually really like them. I'm not disappointed in my decision, and it was nice to switch it up and just try something new. I'm gonna jump us down quite a bit. We just talked through essential items that make winter more bearable for us. What about routines?
Okay. So in the winter, I have a lot of routines set up. I cook dinner a lot more because I don't mind heating up the kitchen and I like hot foods. Where in the summer, I'm eating more cold foods. So eating a hot meal, I take a lot of hot showers at night after work too. So I feel that cold, crazy, like cold to the bone feeling. And I'm like, I'm going home. I'm taking like a hot shower and then put on tons and tons of lotion. And again, eat my hot meal on my heated blanket. So nothing crazy, but that's my
No,
routine.
but it sounds cozy. It does sound cozy.
Do you have any particular weird winter routines?
I don't have anything weird. I really do get super into hot drinks. Typically, I'm a cold drink girl. However, in the winter, I get super into tea, and nighttime tea becomes a thing for me, whereas I don't touch that any other time of year. Or things like hot toddies, those sort of warmer drinks too. I really like anything that can warm me up from the inside out. I always love candles, so that's just still an essential thing. But I do switch up my skincare a little bit, and I go for the more heavy moisturizing things
Yes.
and more face masks than I normally would in the summer.
Tons.
And
Already
that's such a
feeling good.
luxury. I love just like slicking up my face. It's like greasy.
Yes, lately I've been putting a ton of lotion on. Like I'll get right before I go into bed, I'll lather up my whole body again in lotion. And I don't know why. I've never really been into this, but for some reason it feels so good right now. I have this new lotion. I know everyone's heard of like EOS brand. And they have like a really popular one that's called like Vanilla Cashmere. Really popular right now. It's like the purple one. I'm really into the smell. The fragrance is fresh and cozy. Same lotion.
I have that.
I'm obsessed. I want to smell it all the time. I have the hand cream. I literally just bought a new bottle, even though I bought one 3 weeks ago, because I'm seriously like putting it all over
Just dousing
24/7.
yourself in it. And I got that one, Maddie, because Clean and Cozy was also the Victoria's Secret spray that I used to get in college. And
Does it
so
smell
the
like
name
that?
was nostalgic. That's why I went with that name, but it smells so good. You're right.
Does it smell like it? Or is it different?
No, it's not similar. I mean, like they're both very light and fresh, so maybe, but I
Like fresh
didn't.
and cozy?
They're both super fresh and I don't know, cozy,
Light
maybe.
and comforting?
And but it did give me a blast from the past when I saw the name, so I was like, gotta go with this one.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about those. Like the pink square sprays.
Yeah.
Like the square bottles.
The
that
lids
were,
were
like,
just different
everybody had 'em.
colors. Yes. Yes.
You know what's funny is that when we were that age, like high school and college, everybody had the same shit because there was only so many products on the shelf. Now I feel like there's so many more options that they don't all have the same thing. It's kind of sad. Like
Yeah.
they should all have to go through what we did. Put on your
Yeah.
fresh and cozy pink spray and go out in your heels and your pencil skirt, bodycon
Well, that's
skirt
why
and go to the
though,
bar.
like I do feel bad for this generation because they will never be as nostalgic as us because they won't be able to relate with each other as much because they have too many options. Whereas if I bring up fresh and cozy to you, of course you know exactly what I was talking about. So
Yeah.
sorry, everyone younger than us missed out.
Any other rituals that you feel like you have? Do you do any like, are you a big soup maker? Do you do anything on the weekends? I feel like I can really dive into my Sunday resets more. Like I can really stick to my
Yes.
no Sunday activities in the winter.
Yeah, Sunday resets are huge. I will say I eat soup like at least 3 times, 4 times a week. I have soup ready to eat after I get done with this episode. It's my go-to. And lately I've been so boring. I just like love a chicken noodle soup. Just basic chicken noodle soup. So comforting for me.
You know how I know I got old?
Why?
When your order at Chick-fil-A or Panera like just becomes a soup.
Yeah, nothing else.
You're like, yes, I will take the soup, please. And when you go to a restaurant and you ask, what's the soup
The
of
soup
the day?
day.
I've been asking that all the time lately, and I feel like I get judgy eyes around the table, but owning it. I mean,
It's, I mean, anything is better with a side of soup, or if it's the main entree, even fucking better. It's again, it's like I mentioned, the warm drink warms you from the inside out. It's just so good for the soul. What was that book? Soup for the Soul, Campbell's Soup for the Soul, or something
Chicken
like.
soup for the soul. And then they came out with different. Okay, so it was chicken soup for the soul. And I remember the one I specifically really liked was the chicken soup for the teenage soul because they really
Ooh,
dove into those teenage
angsty.
issues,
Yeah.
such as like smoking for the first time or their first love or,
I
really
don't
hard
even
hitting shit.
I don't remember reading it, but I remember it being on my sister's nightstand, my older sister's nightstand.
Really? I
Yeah.
remember buying them at like the Scholastic book fairs and like ordering them
Ooh, you
from
felt like a
those.
rebel, probably.
Oh, I just loved them. And I would
Yeah.
check them out from the library. I probably read a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Drop your favorite chicken soup for the whatever soul in our comments.
Yeah. Let us know.
So funny. I forgot about that 100%. So not only are we aging,
Yes. I feel very old today. So for me, I think one of the biggest like aha moments I had that what I'm going through right now is seasonal depression was I haven't been able to sleep for the life of me, and nothing that normally can put me to sleep does. And so I went to Sage, my chat GPT, and I asked what the fuck is going on, and Sage literally was like, it's winter and it changes, like we already talked about, it changes everything, and your brain can't shut off because you didn't like exert enough energy or stimulate yourself enough during the day that your brain can't shut off now, because now you still have everything up there, kind of thing.
hmm
And I actually got prescribed this. It's a cortisol stress reliever, and it's been helping significantly. So I'm finding I'm falling asleep better initially, but I'm waking up because my pillow fucking sucks. Like, I'm waking up to resituate all the time. So I am on the hunt for a perfect pillow. Can you guys help me? And I'm being dead serious. We ask you to help all the time, but I need a good pillow.
Do you remember when I was having this exact issue and then I slept on your guest bed and I loved the pillow? So I literally bought it and it's been my pillow ever since.
Yeah, I don't know. But I will say this is the season of the Sleepy Girl mocktail. And especially as we move into dry January, it's back. It's back in full action.
Magnesium. Are you taking magnesium?
I'm taking this cortisol lower pill, which is great, but I'm going to start taking my magnesium again.
I take magnesium every night lately. I actually like got a new pill, a daily pill thing where I have vitamin D in the morning, magnesium at night, and omega
Hmm.
3s in the morning as well.
Close your eyes. You're going to imagine this with me. Imagine
Imagine
we
how
are at the lift having our cheap ass drinks, and we're slightly buzzed, and we're deciding to walk up to Baraboo's for some karaoke, or better yet, the Rainbow Lounge for a karaoke capper. We walk out, and unbeknownst to us, it's so beautifully snowing, just some light flurries, and you're buzzed and looking up at the streetlights as the snow flurries are coming directly at your face, and you feel so alive.
See, that's winter. And
Yes.
that is why winter can be amazing. So I
Yes.
think get out, go have drinks. You don't need to go to bed early. You don't need, I mean, like, we're not staying out till 2 a.m. anymore, but like,
Right.
go out and do that shit. And guess what? You can be a little hungover in the winter. It's fine. Nothing else is waiting for you.
That's true. That's true. The anxiety is a little lessened because, yeah, where else would you be than the couch? Anyways.
Mhm. Yes, I like it. I love when it's snowing to go to a restaurant and be cozy and you can
Hmm.
eat a little more, a little heavier. It just tastes better. But again, like I'm also not somebody that's like always going out in the winter now. I mean,
Yeah.
this is rare occasion, so then you kind of really do it up. I definitely have way less plans in the winter, and I try to choose a couple things like a month, and I'm not running all over the place like I am in the summer, and I really try to be intentional about that because I do like to be home.
Yeah, not only that, but I'm just trying to show up the best version of myself with everything I commit to, which means I can't overcommit. And there are some
Hmm.
things, like some situations where I need to say no because I know if I show up to that, I'll be overstimulated in my winter heaviness that I'm in. And it's just not good for anyone,
Yeah.
me or the others. So, yeah, you do have to be a little bit more selective, I think.
Hmm. Hey, Lexi,
Yeah.
do you want to play a game?
Yes, please.
This one is called Midwest Winter. Would you survive? It's another rapid fire scenario game where we have to answer without thinking too hard. You just have to come up with your quickest answer.
All right, great, because I'm not thinking too hard about anything right now.
I know myself either, me either.
Me,
Jeepers.
myself included.
Okay, your first prompt is you're scraping your windshield and the scraper snaps. What's your backup tool?
Um, Usually the sleeve of my coat. I just like straight up take the sleeve of my coat and wipe the snow off. If there's ice, a credit card.
I was literally going to say credit card as well. If it's ice,
Yeah.
credit card. But yeah, I mean, my elbow has been used way
Yeah.
too many times. And then you get in the car and it like melts and you're like wet. And I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah, I was going to also say earlier in the episode, I used to always wear like snowboarding jackets as my winter coats. And now that I'm an adult, I've transitioned to heavier, warmer coats, which is great, obviously, for winter. And it's been a game changer for me. However, it's not as much of a waterproof material. So that does kind of bite you in the ass sometimes. But
Ladies and gents, she's moving out of snowboarding coats and Vans. She's growing up on us.
damn, she's evolving.
She's getting old on us. So
Yeah.
cute.
Okay, Maddie, you're snowed in. What's the one snack you're rationing strategically?
Pizza rolls. Fucking love pizza rolls. I'm
Yeah,
a
they're
pizza
so
roll
good.
stan.
They
Like in
always
this
hit.
case, it's something that you can keep in your freezer and they're going to be around. So who knows? Are you going to get snowed in for 6 weeks? They'll still be there.
Yep. And you can eat them so many different ways too if you really want to. I mean,
With
they're good by
ranch?
themselves, but if you need some variation, you add some ranch. You can dip it in some like cheese sauce. I saw a TikTok recently that said when someone says let's eat lasagna, this is what I mean, and they're dipping pizza rolls in cottage cheese and eating them.
You know, cottage cheese is like my
Dude,
kryptonite. That was
oh,
going
I
to be
love it.
the first thing that came to mind was weirdly cottage cheese when you said that. And I'm like, well, that's not like wintry. It's not
I
warm.
also I also noticed both of us take a gulp after I said that. Also, I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's getting late. Okay. You're at work, magically in the office again. Someone brought in winter treats. What are you hoping they are?
Winter treats.
She's dreaming. The hope in your
Sugar
eyes has never
cookies,
looked so
homemade
cute.
sugar cookies with icing on it. I
Good
love a frosted sugar cookie, especially if they're like homemade.
Great choice. I can't
So
disagree with
good.
that.
Like I want to eat a fucking Christmas tree right now.
A Christmas treat?
Christmas tree cookie,
A Christmas treat.
like in the shape of a Christmas tree. Ow.
Mm-hmm.
You
I would
like
say
I hate the Christmas sugar cookies that are like candy canes or anything that are too thin because I want it to be like not super
frosted.
crispy and baked. So the Christmas tree is ideal for me. Even the stars, the edges get a little too crispy. I like the Christmas tree, the bells. Is this like so specific? But do you agree?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense to me.
So yeah, don't overcomplicate things, guys. Just like give me an ornament, a straight up circle.
Yes, we want more surface area.
Yeah. Don't crispen my softened sugar cookies.
And make
Yeah.
that layer of frosting.
I just
Thick.
swallowed again. Okay, Maddie. You're forced to walk outside for 5 whole minutes. What's your emotional damage rating, 1 through 10?
5. I'm not thrilled, but I can deal with it. But I'm not into it.
Yeah. Again, I think it matters what your destination is. Is it something you're looking forward to, or are you like walking to go do something you're dreading? Because it hits different.
Also, am I prepared? Am I wearing my work clothes and tennis shoes and a coat, or am I wearing boots, nice pants?
Yes.
So those factors
There's a
really
lot of
go into that.
factors. Yeah.
Okay, last one. The power goes out. There's a huge snowstorm. What's the first thing you panic about?
Probably gonna panic about my food perishing because I love food and I'm so hungry right now.
But Lexi, here's the thing about winter that is so dope. There's two amazing things about winter. Okay, let's just state one. Okay. There's one amazing there's one amazing
It's cold, so the food stays cold. It
there's
should
one
probably be the heat. I should probably worry about the heat.
there's one amazing thing about winter, and that is going to the grocery store on lunch break or whatever, or you have a couple other errands to run. You can keep all of the food you want in your car. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
Don't worry about
That
anything going bad.
that's a positive way to look at it. Yeah, I should have definitely said I'm worried about my tootsies
Or yeah,
freezing off.
your heat makes sense.
Yeah.
Your food, throw that shit in the yard. It'll be fine.
God damn it. I failed. That's okay. I blame it on being so goddamn hungry, honestly.
No problem. No problem. Well,
No
you know what?
problem. No hygiene
No
problem.
problems. Okay. This
She's
yikes.
salivating so hard she choked on her spit.
Like I said before, this is like the last day of school before Christmas break. This was really hard for us to get through. We were just like talking forever before. Thanks for dealing with this.
Yeah.
If you have anything to add, let us know. But otherwise, that's our Midwest survival guide for the
Yeah.
winter episode.
If anything in this episode helped you, let us know. We want to hear what makes winter easier for you guys.
All right, we'll get out of your hair. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wait You're Mad and have the happiest holidays of all time.
Make sure to follow us on Spotify and Apple so you never miss new episodes, which are every Friday. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!